All right, I am back. I wanted to first of all apologize to everybody for so, um, the the what happened is inside of Blender they have or not Blender but Rumble Studios they've allowed what the heck. Okay, audio's good. It sounds good. I was testing the audio while I was trying to talk. Now, in Rumble Studios, they've set up a new thing where you can use OBS directly with an RTMP and a stream key. I went in there and I tested it out. So, yeah, technically that last stream was a test stream, but I named it Blender Project instead. Um, it didn't turn out all that well. So I basically am back. I'm using the regular Rumble Studios to do this. Um, I don't think I need to worry much about using OBS on here, so I can go ahead and turn my OBS off, disconnect it. Um, I believe I can. I don't think I'm using it for anything at the moment. So um, that is taken care of. Now, this is the basic setup on what I've got going. I went back through, I started back over with the original stuff that I did. But as you can see, I still have to make adjustments, make sure the arm is where it's supposed to be at, and things of that nature, and get it to where it's actually where it's supposed to be. Um, I found out some of the issues that I was having and got it taken care of. Now that doesn't look very realistic, to be honest. With this arm right here is a lot larger than that arm for one thing, and it's a lot longer. Um, so I will have to shrink that down and move it appropriately where it belongs. And I'm moving in and out of the camera too, so if you guys really want to know, that's why I'm constantly getting different directions. Um, I don't really like the idea of that arm being like that, to be honest with you, but it's out of view. Um, so, because technically, like you're not going to see that, but you're going to have that hand right there. This needs to be longer, and need to extend that down. So I hit grab, bring it right down to about there. Make sure that this looks at least halfway decent. That arm, this part right here to me seems just a little bit too freaking long. I mean, that's just the way I feel about that. Um, so let me let me see what I can do there. I'm gonna pull that out separately. Um, and Usually I can use a mirror technique and just mirror them on both sides, but I'm also wanting to freaking wanting to take this arm and have it going in a different direction than that arm. You know what I mean? So that causes me issues. There we go. That's what we need. Oh wow, that's not even a vertice. Oh, I thought it was a vertice. It's interesting. So I hit tab to pull it out of edit mode again, bring it up like this, put it in the body, go into camera mode, see what that looks like. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I've got more of a body there, and now I'm going to shape this according to the picture. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to come up here where I was explaining earlier, but apparently I wasn't getting audio on some of Rumble and YouTube, but I am getting it now. But I'm going to use this area right here to, or these squares to do this. But my biggest problem is right up here. I need to take it off vertices and I got to put it on squares. And then I got to pull out of camera mode and come in here and use this. Now this also causes an issue for me because now I've got to make a cut. And to do that I hit Control R and I place the cut. And back out, go into camera mode. Yeah, there we go. And I grab by hitting G and Y to move it on the Y axis. And bam, we got that. Now I come in again. I move up a little bit. Hit Control. Oh wait, I've got to move it back to my face select. Hit that again. Hit Control R and put another one there. Back out of that. Go into camera mode and hit G with the Y. Kind of line all this up. So now I'm getting kind of a structure of how that back is looking, or how I want it to look, I should say. Hit G, Y, and just kind of mold it together, you know. And I want it to be as precise as it can to the camera mode so that it looks as close as possible as what it needs to look. GY. So yeah, that face does need to turn more. It actually needs to turn a lot more. Um, and this is where I grab this, maybe even this, come out of this mode, hit that square and that square, go back into camera mode, hit rotate, and which is R, and then Z, and just kind of turn all of that more to that right there. Now let me hit tab to take it out of edit mode. And this is going to all have to be expanded to match the face. Take it out of there. I can probably pull that freaking neck back too, which will need to be done. That's just way too big. Oh, no, undo that. I just need that square. Hit G and then X. And there you go. Maybe a little bit more G to G and Y, and then kind of bring it at an offset like that a little bit. Right now, it kind of looks more like a Predator or Terminator kind of head, but I'll mold all that into a frog's face before it's all done, and be able to get it sorted out. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all, to be honest. Um, Let me see here. I can keep my cuts going. Pull this into camera mode. Grab. Go up a little bit. Right there. Then do another one right above it. Right here. Hit Control R again. Bam. Right above it. Go back in. Hit G, Y. Bring that like so. GY again. And just start forming that back. It looks like I got the cuts where I need it, but I might have to do a couple more. GY, kind of give it the same body, you know. Select that one, hit GY. Try to get it as close as possible to the picture. GY. Do the one above it. See what happens here. See if I need to adjust it. First of all, that's what's really important. Okay, so now I probably should do one in between there too as well. So I will go ahead and select that, hit Control R right there. Go into camera mode, grab which is G and then X or no Z. Bring it down a little bit, hit GY, come over like so. Uh, Maybe one more cut right there. And yes, there, if you notice, there are a lot of cuts. So you are correct if you're thinking, dang, that's a lot of cuts, because it really is a lot of cuts. Alright, come in here, see what I can do with this. GY. Huh. Now this is where things get really, really interesting. I probably do need to do a cut right here. I just really, this is what makes it so interesting about this picture. Pulling it all together like that. Do it right there. Back out. Go into camera mode. Hit G, Y. Right there. Come out of camera mode, G, X. And then maybe lift it up a little bit. Yeah, right about there. Hmm. That's some crazy, crazy stuff. So take it here, bring this a little bit. See what happens if I hit the scale and then Y, S, and then Y. See why? Oh wow, that just looks, that doesn't look good at all. Hit X and then Y. Okay. S and then Y, do it in camera mode and see what happens. Well, I don't really know, to be honest. That might actually be good because I can come down here, extend this downward, kind of rotate this a little bit like so. And focus on this a little bit. Hit GR, bring it up, rotate this with R and X. So yeah, I mean it's really really goofy. So let me hit tab, see what this looks like. Come out of here. Hmm. That is interesting. That's very very interesting. Now before I get started, I also need to find out what this looks like uh, in I'll take it into tab, put it in editing, see what the vertex look like here. Um, because what I'm going to have to end up doing is like select that line, subdivide it, uh, take that one, subdivide that, put it here like so, hit grab, No, hit grab, dude, not H. G, not H. Okay, hit G and then Z. Hit this one. Yeah. So hit this one, hit G and then Z and see what it does. Yeah. So things kind of get a little interesting when it comes to doing this. This is it really is interesting. Use this and this. See if I can bring that back more into more of a, yeah, there you go. I like that. Much better. How close is that? Oh yeah. Will that do a good job? It looks like it will. I don't see why it wouldn't. Just kind of like straighten it out. Yeah. Then bring that over. GY is what I'm using there. GY again. Now take it from vertex mode to face mode, or yeah, face mode. That'd be the way to do it. Select this and hit subdivide. Hit subdivide again. Maybe do it about 3 times. And what that will do is allow me to get in there and actually be able to um, 3 times. Allow me to get in there and actually um, be able to, yeah, get some stuff going on when it comes to shaping that face. Okay, so we gotta pull this up. No, not all that. No, no. If I hit Alt and right click, I believe I can. Wrong one. No, that's left click. and then Alt and left click. That'll do that one, but that's not what I want. I want to get this top row. And that's it. But it's still, now if I do that with edge mode, I could probably do hit freaking shift and right click, and it gets rid of that. Turn this back into that. Now, is that just like a out of place pixel? Yes, it is. I don't want to do that all over again, so I'm not going to mess with it. Let's see here. I've got to lift that up. Actually, I can probably just lift all of this up. And bring this down. Subdivide there. Bring that up. Bring that, or actually subdivide between these two right here. That'll put a vertex right here, that little dot. And take this, hit GY, bring it, or GZ, bring it down. No, it will not do it. So hit that one in the middle, hit GZ, bring it up. And then bring this one down, see what it does. No, it's not gonna do, it's not gonna give the effect that I want, basically. So let me see what I'm working with here. Hmm. Yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting. So this has to come up. And then this has to come up. Yeah. There we go. We are getting it. Nope. Wrong one. There we go. That needs to come up too. It's really, really interesting how all this works out. Let me see how this works. Now maybe this can help me with kind of getting a good angle. Because I need to get that turned over, so I'm gonna hit GY. And then GY there. This is basically molding the head, but it's not really molding the head, if you know what I'm saying. It's just kind of freakish at the moment. It's kind of freakish, but this can be taken care of with no problem. I just got to get that part right there as straighten out, and then I'll come in here to the center and I will pull that out. I believe that's the center. No, that's more of the area that I need. So let's do this one more time. Hit 10. Yeah, there we go. Get a little bit of a structure going on there. And that nose actually needs to be more in the other direction, doesn't it? So, um, let me see what happens if I turn around and I do it that direction. No. And doing that, all I do is I hit the key or the C and it pulls it up. And the cool part about using the C option is if I turn around and I hit shift, I can go and just swipe over all the areas that I don't want, and it'll make them unselect. So let me see if I can kind of turn this a little bit on the rotation for the Y. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm going to have to, yeah, that's looking goofy. But I don't know. It might serve the purpose. It's that angle that is so weird. Um, it's just really weird how the whole image is set up. If it was a straightaway photo, but instead of a side view with its head turned, it wouldn't be so complicated. But it's the way life is, man. Life gives you roses, and sometimes life gives you a pile of poop. So, phew, this isn't a pile of poop. This is actually a good project. So I'm not even gonna say that. Not yet, at least. Uh, Now this I need to work on. Come into the between those, subdivide. Let's no, actually, that's not what I need. But the good thing is yes, I probably do need that. I just don't know it at the moment, and I have no idea what that goes to. So let me see real quick. Oh yeah, perfect. Go down with that, and then over with the Y. Double check. Yep, that's it. So I do the G and then the Y there. Now what happens here? Yeah, that's what happens. What about there? No, wrong one. What about there? Much better. Much better. Now I can bring that down too. And that one. Bring this down maybe. Yeah, it's a little too fat. I'll have to do X-ray surgery, baby. Pull that out as well. Maybe. Maybe. No. Oh yeah, that actually does make sense. Oh, this gets complicated. This is a guessing game. Just putting it out there. And wow, I was real lucky. Now, hmm, lower that down. I'll hit grab, and then Y, bring it down. Hmm. Well, maybe a little bit more that way. Not there's nothing wrong with that. Bring that up. Bring that up. That needs to come up too. And that one. Turn this off. Hmm. Bring that back down. These need to come out so that they are not underneath. Oh, actually, let's pull that up. Well, no. Yeah, these do need to come out. Bring those vertexes up out of the. And now come here, grab all these, and bring them forward. Grab and forward with, wait, no, grab it with G and then the X. Man. So that's basically the gist of forming the freaking the face. I'm trying to get the eyeballs. Now this center area is going to be a cavity for the eye, and then this is going to be a cavity for the eye as well. Back behind this is all going to go down, and because if you notice, the head is actually back here, and you got these little eye lobes. That isn't like how frogs really are. That's the cartoon style that I'm trying to pull out of this. That I agree would be kind of cool to keep intact if I can possibly do that. It's a very interesting concept. I've got a guy that I'm doing a tutorial from, and he's creating a 3D frog that looks cartoonish. And other than the textures he's using somebody else's textures. And I don't do that, but other than that, though, I like his style, so I'm gonna try to stick to it. I was almost gonna give up on it, but I finally went back and looked at his tutorial again today, and it was actually pretty cool. So um, just because I am using his freaking thing as a reference, it's making a 2D looking frog character in 3D, and it's a free Blender course by Crazy. Uh, Crazy Crazy Zaha or some shit like that. I'll like it on the thing and maybe share it later on. So if you want to check it out, he tries to keep everything the way a frog's supposed to look, somewhat. You know what I mean? But um, the eyeballs are what, and the angle of the head are what really throws this off. So I'm going to be able to pull it off and get it going. By the way it feels, I'm pretty sure I will be able to. So to be honest with you, I'm gonna take a quick break and I will put some music on for you guys. Sorry about the first stream not really doing too well on Rumble and YouTube. Um, but what can I say? I finally went right back into Rumble Studios, and it's working. It seems to be working at least. So let me check the audio first. Yeah, it is. And like I've said on the previous streams, I first of all, I am not a freaking Blender guru. Okay, and that is a term that everybody uses. It's not being offensive or anything. Um, but I do get on and I play around, and I'm not really tutorial material, but at least you can see some of the concepts that I'm doing and how I'm doing it. It's not like the average person. Most people who do tutorials can get on here and just bam, get right through it and everything, but I'm not I'm not very inept like that. So um, now, if you ever want to, talk to me in person, you can come on Discord. I always tell everybody that I'm on there. If you want to go on Discord and talk to me and run some ideas by me or freaking ask me how I deal with a situation, then that's cool. I go by Infamous OG, Infamous 1969 or some shit like that on Blender or Discord. I don't even know why I do that because like I'm on Discord right now, so I can easily find out what my name is. Infamous. I go by Infamous on there, and I do gaming with Infamous on Discord. Um, I'm also on Teams, I guess now since they got rid of Skype, as Roger Hansen. Um, and then I'm also on Minds. But yeah, if you want to um, hook up with me off stream and we can talk about things if you're having issues and get things straightened out for you. Yeah, everything seems to be up and running with studios. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put frickin' hacker. radio songs on here again, and that'll be about 15 minutes. I'll step away, come back, and then get started even further into it. So, hope you guys enjoy, or I hope you're enjoying so far. I'll be back. Oop, wrong one. I gotta actually go down and select the song and stuff. So, there you go.
Awakening from an epic dream, awakening from the long dark night. Awakening from history, awakening from duality. The liberation of the human soul to consciousness of the one and all. The activation of the sacred plan, the birthing of a new man. A new man. When the light within is revealed, all the pain and suffering shall be healed, and the truth of love is our destiny, living on the earth in peace and harmony. Awakening to the joy of life. Awakening to a new dimension, awakening to a paradise. The illusion of separation disappearing into unity, into the source of a high vibration, into the wonder of the mystery. A mystery. When the light within is revealed, all the pain and suffering shall be healed, and the truth of love is our destiny, living on the earth in peace and harmony. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Thrust 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Thrust 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles. Mr. Robot rolled around a rolled round, and if Mr. Robot rolled around a rolled round, where is the round roll? Mr. Robot rolled round. Where is the round roll? Mr. Robot rolled round. Mr. Robot rolled round. Mr. Robot rolled round. And if Mr. Robot rolled a rolled round, and if Mr. Robot rolled around a rolled round, where is the round roll? Mr. Robot rolled round. Here is an exercise demonstrating the union of in at the end of words. Dividing and gliding and sliding and falling and brawling and sprawling and driving and driving and striving. Dividing and gliding and sliding and falling and brawling and sprawling and driving and driving and driving. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Plus 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles. Mr. Robot rolled around a rolled round, and if Mr. Robot
Once the gods carved earth like a cosmic chessboard, Poseidon claimed Atlantis, his star-born accord. 10 twin suns, throne of tridents waves at his command. Empire stretched from Baalbek stones to Mayan sand. Monolith stacked like Legos blocks no crane could lift. Sonic levitation, gods don't need pulleys or grit. Athena taught Athens, Hephaestus forged veins of gold, but Atlantis spires pierced heaven, stories untold. Ages of virtue, divine blood pure in the veins. No egregious geodesic temples where starlight reigns, but mortality crept in, diluted the grace. Gold turned to rust, hubris eclipsed the god fast.
Souls of Atlantis, drowned in the deep. Poseidon's lost kingdom, where titans still sleep. From Giza to Tiwanaku, the codes ancient awe. As above, so below, cosmic empire of laws and princes of plasma. Their thrones now debris. Echoes of Atlantis, where gods walked the sea.
Zeus watched the fall, saw vice crack the divine. Pyramids hummed warnings, but they ignored the signs. Sky split with fury, tsunami swallowed their pride. Atlantis sang screaming, but blueprints survive. Baalbek's foundation, stones that defy modern math. 1,000-ton puzzle, gravity's aftermath. Scholars still baffled how they align the stars. They rode cosmic currents, breaching space-time's bars. Now divers chase shadows where crystal cities gleamed. AI scans the ocean, but truth a half-dream. Freemasons whisper maps in their lodges of lore. Plato's Critias, a metaphor or a war.
Echoes of Atlantis, drowned in the deep. Poseidon's lost kingdom, where titans still sleep. From Giza to Tiwanaku, the codes ancient awe. As above, so below, cosmic empire of laws and princes of plasma. Their thrones now debris. Echoes of Atlantis, where gods walk the sea.
They say Poseidon's seed still flows in our veins. In every megalith, every grid that restrains. The Dogon chart Sirius, temples guard the flame. But Atlantis tech, it's encoded in our DNA's frame. Zeus's verdict was fire, a flood in ice. Yet the Sphinx still stares, whispering sacrifice. Mortal minds crave power, but miss the design. True kings rule through resonance, not bloodline. Now decode the ruins, their psalms etched in stone. A star-born king's empire, now dust and bone. The hall of records buried neath Giza's cold gaze holds anti-gravity schematics from pre-flood days. Crystal engines hummed, organ fueled their might, till pride turned their frequencies dissonant blight. The Anunnaki fled, Mars colonies crumbled. Leviathan's bones in the Mariana rumbled. But Poseidon's ghost rides the Bermuda's mist. Evolve past the greed or drown in the abyss. Tsunamis taller than gods crack continents like eggs. Jungles of Egypt drowned, turned to sand in Poseidon's regret. Mammals shrunk to lapdogs, skies choked by volcanic breath. Waves circled the globe thrice, 3 funerals for death. Up Nepistim, rode the arc of frequencies, not wood. Up tetrahedron ziggurat where anti-grav pulses stood. While Atlantis sank, he spliced DNA and quantum seeds. Stashed them in Göbekli's veins and Indus Valley reeds. Volcanic winter's curse, Zeus hit the reset. Scorched the grids, erased the moon-ringed internet. Noah's not a shepherd, he's a star-born archivist. Cracking hermetic scrolls in caves where mushrooms twist. The survivors crawl from mud with amnesiac eyes. Built new gods from scrap metal and fallen skies. Now desert bones whisper where cedars once soared. Man's just a ghost in Atlantis' holographic horde. The flood wasn't water, it was math. A codex purge, Enoch's nightmares digitized in the cosmic surge. As above, so below, the blueprint stays true. Rise from the ashes or drown in what's new. The flood wasn't water, it was math. A codex purge, Enoch's nightmares digitized in the cosmic surge. As above, so below, the blueprint stays true. Rise from the ashes or drown in what's you. Echoes of Atlantis drowned in the deep, the deep. Poseidon's lost kingdom, where titans still sleep. From Giza to Tiwanaku, their codes etched in awe. As above, so below, cosmic empire of law. 10 princes of plasma, their thrones now debris. Echoes of Atlantis, where gods walk the sea. So when you see Stonehenge, Angkor Wat spire. No Atlantis lives in the quantum choir. The gods were myths, their mentors in code. Rise from the ashes, or repeat what they owe.
Okay, I'm back. Now, another thing that I was thinking too on this, if nothing else, I could always just lower this top half all the way down to here and put the eyeballs that I'd already started up and in its place, which are right there. Now, if I did that, then I would have to move them forward, of course, to see what it would look like. So let me go ahead and do that. No, don't don't want to do the face. Okay, I gotta take this out of edit mode. I'm sorry. So let's put that back to where it was. No, I need to put all that back where it was, like that. And turn that off. Because now when I take it out of that, I'll be able to go back into edit mode and it'll be where it was. Okay, and grab all of them and then move them forward. Bam, that might actually work out if I do that, but I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. But yeah, that would actually be kind of cool. Mold that face around it. Okay, let me do this and then go into edit mode. Put it on here. Bring that and that, I believe. And into camera mode, grab with G and then Z and then just scale that down and see what we get. Hold on. So come in here, grab that too. Bring those down as well. Bam, right there. That fucking nose, man, is horrible. Oh man. But yeah, that yeah. I'm going to hold on with that idea real quick. What happens if I do this? Oh god. Actually, I do have to separate that from the bottom part because all of that needs to. Um, there's that little mouthpiece that needs to be taken care of. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. See, I just could not leave anything looking like that, to be honest with you. And all of this. Let me see what happens when I do this. Yeah. Oh, this is something. Oh, wow. Let it kind of blend in there. Okay, so come back here, show my x-ray, find that pixel there, or that vertice, I should say. Actually, take it off x-ray so I can see what I'm doing. Now, okay, now that head has definitely got to be moved back. So now we go to hit the C, like I said before, in both X-ray and shape this wireframe. So wireframe and X-ray, you come in here, you hit this, undo the wireframe, and then the head comes back. I mean, that's just crazy, dude. Yeah, that is just craziness, man. Now, right in this area, I'm going to have to adjust that maybe, but at least everything is matching up on the top part somewhat. Um, hit tab. Oh, wow. Yeah. Boy, I messed that freaking eyeball up. Oh my god, that's horrible. Yeah. Shade smooth. What happens there if I shade that smooth? Okay, what about that? So this needs to be straightened out. Go into this. Oh my god. Hit tab again. Okay, so that's down on the bottom actually. That's more of a bottom of the mouth issue. So hit tab, come here, grab that. Those eyeballs. What the fuck? I'm just going to literally have to replace that shit. I don't even know if that's worth freaking messing with. That's horrible. Okay, so undo this. We are going to have to hide that. Hide this. Oh, yeah. Undo. Hit shift and right click. And then grab and go this direction with it. Have that blend in there. I don't know why these are out that far, to be honest with you. I just do not remember doing it like that. I see. I know, like the freaking um, I know with like the freaking the ruggedness basically of how all of this is and stuff of that nature. I do see that, but the other stuff though is it's not matching up the way I want it to. Getting that mouth to kind of come out like that is going to be a real issue. I mean, let me see what happens there. Yeah, see, I'm going to have to. Uh, oh, wait. No, that's the wrong one. It's not going to let me do it. So I'm going to have to come here, switch it from vertices to edge select, click that, and then switch it back to vertices. Well, actually, that shouldn't have done that. Now I'm not able to reach that vertice. So what I will do is lower that down. Ha! Really? Undo, buddy. Undo. I just don't see why I can't grab. Oh, okay. I see. It's inside. That is horrible. And see, I did not notice all this before. Okay. Interesting. No, did not mean to do that. Undo that and hit that and then go up. Now, hold up. That's not a good idea. Yeah, that is not a good idea, Roger. Just bring it back down and don't do that again. Clean that eyeball up and let's see what it looks like now. Now, see, that crushed part did not appear the last time at all when I smooth shaved that. It just did not appear whatsoever. Yeah. Hmm. I'm gonna have to put another icosphere in there, and I've still got to work on this stuff right here. Um, the bat is just craziness. What happens if I do this? Clear out some of these faces. put this back in vertice mode. Grab this. Bring that down some. Bring that down some. I could probably even put this a little bit over like that and then bring it up. Now, bring it out. Now see, like right there. It's just craziness unfolding right there. So let's come in here. Where is that leading to? Oh, that's the bottom. Oh yeah, we can't be messing with that. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Bring this down. Bring this down. This. What is that actually before I yeah, I can probably eliminate that altogether. Let me see what happens. I know this doesn't seem like it makes much sense, but it really does. Sometimes whenever I make mistakes like this, I have to go through and do cleanup. And this, to be honest, isn't really mistakes. It's just kind of doing patchwork because I'm having to do something that is very unusual for me, which that's exactly what this is. This is very, very unusual. For me at least. Well, the one thing I can say is nothing is uniform when it comes to this project. It is not uniform at all. Now, this is what I'll end up doing. I come here, hit this vertice, um, come here, find out where the other one goes to by going into X-ray. Oh wow, yeah. See, this one shouldn't even be all the way back there. but it is. I don't even know what that's doing, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. So one thing I've got to figure out is what the hell. Okay, so that needs to basically connect with all of this. Bam, bam, bam. So what happens there? I get a face there. So then I turn around and I click on this again and this with this and this as well as this. Oh, right there. Well, hit that again, hit F, and I get another face. Well, undo that. That's not good. Um, let's find some vertices that are squared off. So all you do when it comes to this is you create a square and you hit F and it creates a face. So I'll turn around and I just do this one with this and this. I hit F and it creates a face. I hit here, here. Let's make sure. Oh, see, I would have messed that up. Or I did probably mess that up, probably. Do this, this, and this. Hit F, create a face. So that is got a surface right there. But now I've got to go from here, 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 turn X-ray on and hit that one too, hit F, and bam. Now I've got a face there. Okay, so go to topography again, keep that one, that one, that one. Oh, not that. Uh, that one, and that one, I believe. And I should have another face. So what I'm basically doing is redoing the skin on here. Bam. I believe that did it. Now, cosmetically, it's there. Okay, but they aren't perfect. That's all I'm going to say. They're underneath, it's not good at all, but it'll do the job. Yeah, and it'll give that kind of distinct um, look, cartoonish look, kind of. Hmm. Well, it's getting there. It's somewhat getting there. Now, I do have to replace the eyeballs, though. That's not gonna fly. That's wretched. That's decrepit, I'd say. Decrepit. Now let's go into edit mode here and unsmooth. Can I? Nope. Shade smooth is not an option. But the good part about that one is I didn't really do anything with those. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and that's actually a good thing. So I can delete that and delete that. Put new eyeballs in. I can go in here to edit mode with tab. Straighten that out right there. I believe I can straighten that out. Okay, so bring that back up. Okay, so let me take a quick break. My dog is acting weird. I'm gonna go in and see if she's okay. She's getting old, so I will be right back. I'll put some music on for you.
Awakening from an epic dream, awakening from the long dark night. Awakening from history, awakening from duality. The liberation of the human soul to consciousness of the one and all. The activation of the sacred plan, the birthing of a new man, a new man. When the light within is revealed, all the pain and suffering shall be healed, and the truth of love is our destiny, living on the earth in peace and harmony. Awakening to new perceptions, awakening to the joy of life. Awakening to a new dimension, awakening to a paradise. The illusion of separation disappearing to unity, into the source of a high vibration, into the wonder of the mystery, a mystery. When the light within is revealed, all the pain and suffering shall be healed, and the truth of love is our destiny, living on the earth in peace and harmony. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter, is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Thrust 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter, is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Thrust 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles. Mr. Robot rolled around and rolled round, and if Mr. Robot rolled around and rolled round, where is the round roll? Mr. Robot rolled round. Where is the round roll? Mr. Robot rolled round. Mr. Robot rolled round. Mr. Robot rolled round. And if Mr. Robot rolled and rolled round, and if Mr. Robot rolled around and rolled round, where is the round roll? Mr. Robot rolled round. Here is an exercise demonstrating the union of in at the end of words, dividing and gliding and sliding and falling and brawling and sprawling and driving and driving and striving, dividing and gliding and sliding and falling and brawling and sprawling and driving and driving and driving. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter, is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Plus 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter, is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Plus 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles. Mr. Robot rolled around and rolled round, and if Mr. Robot human hall. I love to hear the horses' hard iron hooves go hammer, 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 hammer on the easy highway. I hit my horse hard. I'm going out to hunt up hoes. Theophilus Thistler, Theophilus Thistler, Theophilus Thistler, Theophilus Thistler, Theophilus Thistler, Theophilus Thistler, Theophilus Theophilus Thistler, the thistle sifter, is sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles. Plus 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. Theophilus Thistler, thistle sifter.
Once the gods carved earth like a cosmic chessboard, Poseidon claimed Atlantis, his star-born accord. 10 twin suns, throne of tridents waves at his command. Empire stretched from big stones to Mayan sand. Monolith stacked like Legos blocks no crane could lift. Sonic levitation, gods don't need pulleys or grit. Athena taught Athens, Hephaestus forged veins of gold, but Atlantis spires pierced heaven, stories untold. Ages of virtue, divine blood pure in the veins. No egregious geodesic temples where starlight reigns, but mortality crept in, diluted the grace. Go turn to rust, hubris eclipsed the god fast.
Vessels of Atlantis drowned in the deep. Poseidon's lost kingdom where titans still sleep. From Giza to Tiwanaku, the coalition all as above, so below. Cosmic empire of laws and princes of plasma. Their thrones now debris. Echoes of Atlantis where gods walked the sea.
Zeus watched the fall, saw vice crack the divine. Pyramids hummed warnings, but they ignored the signs. Sky split with fury, tsunami swallowed their pride. Atlantis sang screaming, but blueprints survive. Baalbek's foundation, stones that define modern math. 1,000-ton puzzle, gravity's aftermath. Scholars still baffled how they align the stars. They rode cosmic currents, breaching space-time's bars. Now divers chase shadows where crystal cities gleamed. AI scans the ocean, but truth a half-dream. Dream Freemasons whisper maps in their lodges of lore. Plato's Critias, a metaphor or a war.
Echoes of Atlantis drowned in the deep. Poseidon's lost kingdom where titans still sleep. From Giza to Tiwanaku, the co-attention all as above, so below. Cosmic empire of law, 10 princes of plasma. Their thrones now debris. Echoes of Atlantis where gods walk the sea.
They say Poseidon's seed still flows in our veins. In every megalith, every grid that restrains. The Dogon chart Sirius, temples guard the flame. But Atlantis tech, it's encoded in our DNA's frame. Zeus's verdict was fire, a flood in ice. Yet the Sphinx still stares, whispering sacrifice. Mortal minds crave power, but miss the design. True kings rule through resonance, not bloodline. Now decode the ruins, their psalms etched in stone. A star-born king's empire, now dust and bone. The hall of records buried neath Giza's cold gaze holds anti-gravity schematics from pre-flood days. Crystal engines hummed, organ fueled their might, till pride turned their frequencies dissonant blight. The Anunnaki fled, Mars colonies crumbled. Leviathan's bones in the Mariana rumbled. But Poseidon's ghost rides the Bermuda's mist. Evolve past the greed or drown in the abyss. Tsunamis taller than gods crack continents like eggs. Jungles of Egypt drowned, turned to sand in Poseidon's regret. Mammals shrunk to lapdogs, skies choked by volcanic breath. Waves circled the globe thrice, 3 funerals for death. Up Nepistim, rode the arc of frequencies, not wood. Up tetrahedron ziggurat where anti-grav pulses stood. While Atlantis sank, he spliced DNA and quantum seeds. Stashed them in Göbekley's veins and Indus Valley reeds. Volcanic winter's curse, Zeus hit the reset. Scorched the grids, erased the moon-ringed internet. Noah's not a shepherd, he's a star-born archivist. Cracking hermetic scrolls in caves where mushrooms twist. The survivors crawl from mud with amnesiac eyes. Built new gods from scrap metal and fallen skies. Now desert bones whisper where cedars once soared. Man's just a ghost in Atlantis' holographic horde. The flood wasn't water, it was math, a codex purge, Enoch's nightmares digitized in the cosmic surge. As above, so below, the blueprint stays true. Rise from the ashes or drown in what's new. The flood wasn't water, it was math, a codex purge, Enoch's nightmares digitized in the cosmic surge. As above, so below, the blueprint stays true. Rise from the ashes or drown in what's you. Echoes of Atlantis drowned in the deep, the deep. Poseidon's lost kingdom, where titans still sleep. From Giza to Tiahuanaco, their codes etched in awe. As above, so below, cosmic empire of lore. 10 princes of plasma, their thrones now debris. Echoes of Atlantis, where gods walk the sea. So when you see Stonehenge, Angkor Wat spire, know Atlantis lives in the quantum choir. The gods were myths, their mentors in code. Rise from the ashes, or repeat what they owe. They built the pyramids in 20 years, a block every 2 minutes. Hieroglyphs scream their pride, but not a how and what's written. Modern science scratches heads, these structures can't be mimicked. Copper tools, now scholars tripping, logic thinly stretched and twisted. Ran an obelisk, 1,000 tons dragged across the sand. Today's cranes can't lift a fifth, what force moved them by hand? Call the ancients primitive, yo, that's pure delusion. Physicists today need miracles to crack their fusion. The high priest of Kemet mapped the stars with precision, while modern minds stay chained to 3D prison. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden with an allegorical crypt. Written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code. Key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, alchemic pyramid ode. The Sphinx wears water scars, a flood from ancient skies. Explosives crack the pyramids, no tombs, just hollow lies. Money stolen, nah, that's ego talk. A weak hypothesis, truths buried in the stars, encrypted in the myths. Sacred geometry, pagan songs, the roots of Christendom. Pythagoras knelt at their feet, Jesus learned the kingdom. Temples mirror Orion, Aztecs trace the same glow. Megalithic GPS, what's buried below. They split the lotus stem, hid wisdom at the core. Solomon's temple, just a copy of what came before. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden wisdom, allegorical crypts. Written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code. Key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, alchemy pyramid ode. Iron to gold, alchemy's flame, they mastered the unseen. Telekinetic levitation, Mars dust in their genes. Critics laugh, aliens but the proof's in the plasma. Why is the Dogon tribe no serious? Was it binary drama? Myths and metaphors, the truth's too bright to hold. Scattered in ruins worldwide, a map etched in gold. They call themselves Negeru, gods with cosmic ships, gifted fire, math, and law, then dipped beyond the eclipse. Now academia's gatekeepers mock what they can't measure, but the scales of Ma'at weigh soul, not tech or treasure. The Zet Tepi dawned when gods walked as king, left blueprints in Gobekli Tepe and the Nazca line. The Emerald Tablets truth burns through the scholar's denial. We're echoes of starlight reclaiming our trial.
When you stare at the sky, feel the ache in your chest. That's ancestral memory. We're all cosmic guests. The pyramids hum a hymn, rising call the divine. As above, so below, till the world's realigned.
Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt. The truth's a spiral, eternity script. Written in a language of symbolism. We're the gods we've been missing.
Okay, I am back now. I am I'm working on this, okay? I'm getting it somewhat where I want it, but it's still gonna take a little bit of time and effort to smooth everything out, especially back here. You know, I'm gonna have to do my own interpretation of all this because, as you can see in the photo, I mean, there's a little bit of back there, but not very much. I'm probably gonna have to end up remeshing a lot of this too. Um, just so everybody knows, the mesh is actually these vertexes right here. If you have the lines, you can see the lines. Those are all mesh. That's your mesh. And I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit so that I can actually get this all straightened out and cleaned up and looking somewhat decent. Now, what I can do is just delete the faces and do it fresh, like I did with this part right here, and that would probably solve me a huge amount of problems, to be honest with you. Just do it that way. But there is a lot of work that needs to be done there. And to be honest, I probably should have went ahead and did a freaking some topography, some straight up topography for this stuff. But hey, you can't cry over freaking spilled milk, I guess. At least that's what they say. I don't believe them. No, I can cry over anything, dude. Anything. Like right here. This is all just crazy. Delete that and see what we come up with here. Yeah, that is actually an improvement, I believe. Now let me come in here real quick and see exactly what that is, because this is huge, horrible mess. Now what I can do is actually just take this out and hide the eyeball again. Hide the eyeball. Now let me see exactly what's going on here, to be honest. Faces, yeah, just kind of like delete that. Because this shit is just real ugly. I mean, being honest, it's ugly as shit. And now I could probably just come on it through. Well, no, I can't do that. It's a huge. It's a huge bit of ugly. I think that'll go all the way down its neck. Let me see if anything I'll frickin' undo my mistake. It's just that is horrible. To be honest, that is really horrible. What is that? Okay, that's got to be put back. Bring this. We'll see. It keeps doing that, and I I can't do anything with that. So I mean that's really causing me issues. Hmm. That actually did improve it, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in here and just do some touch ups. Oh, that might actually freaking help me, dude. Yeah, that opens up a whole freaking new avenue. I can actually have an actual mouth. Oh, yeah, much better. Mm, let me see what I can do. That actually helps. Believe it or not, that actually will help. But what I have to do is just do that line. Um, come here. See, that's not going to help me. Subdivide. Subdivide again. Maybe one more time. Yeah, there we go. So we do this. No, let's start here real quick. That way I can catch. Got to figure out where the bottom of that mouth is. Yeah, it's not working that way, is it? Mm-mm. Gonna have to do all of them at the same time. So I do the box check thing there, or I can just do the circle, which is a lot easier. Nope. Well, I thought it would be easier, but it's apparently not. And they just will not let me in on that. I'm gonna have to freaking delete that or something because I cannot reach in there like I need to. I need to get a hold of those vertices and I can't do it. Oh man. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Now if you hit control and right click, you can just add each of these vertices like that. And that's how I'm doing it. So let me lift this up, find the edge where that mouth is. This one needs to go up a little bit, I'm sure. This one needs to go up. This one needs to go down. See right there, we shouldn't be doing that. Mm-mm. Just it shouldn't be doing that. That's the bad part about all that. Is it just shouldn't be doing it. There we go. Let's see, like right here. That shit's crazy. connect this with this, the same concept. Connect or light up both vertices, hit F, bam, you got a line right there. That one right there with this one. I believe those are not connected. Let me make sure. Actually switch it over to line. It'll be, yeah, they're all connected. So yeah, we're cool. Um, but yeah, this is the basic gist of it. And by the looks of it, I mean, this is what I had to do. I had to go in and just start freaking using topography. And by the way it looks, that part's gonna have to disappear too. I'm literally, since I got the structure, I can just do the topography, kind of get everything to blend together, and do it that way. But pulling it off is the trick. So the first thing I need to do is get all of this together. That no, actually this right here. That needs to go back to where that mouth begins. So I could bring it up to here. And that needs to come up right there. And then over, like so. So now I come through, I just do bam, bam, bam. Hit F. Hit F. 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 Oh, undo that. I gotta do four of these. And just keep on going down the line. You can do it with the lines or the vertices, either way. It's just easier to do it with the lines because you don't have to. Well, it's easier is the best way of saying it. There's really no good explanation for it. You know what I mean? It just, or at least it seems easier. And you know, I mean, let me also point it out too. I am not like even close to the best person for doing Blender. I don't claim to be. So a lot of this stuff you can just kind of like blow off and not pay attention to because I'm just on here trying to really hang out, do stuff, occupy my time. I actually take enjoyment in doing stuff like this. And see, like right there, I don't need that at all. So yeah, I mean, I could literally just delete that right there. Is that it? Well, kind of. Let me see what happens. Damn. Yeah. See, I don't even need that shit at all. I can do the topography and fill out all the areas that need to go into place. hmm That's basically the gist of it. That's what I got to do. I've got to just do straight topography and get everything done that way. Well, the cool part is I actually got this stuff to where it's got an actual um, it's got an actual form. Now I can work with it, and I can get something going with it. So I mean that is what the real important part about this whole thing is. And see, like right there, that's going to get ugly. Or it's already gotten ugly. I don't know what the hell I'm saying there. Yeah. See, I can delete that. There's a good chance that doesn't belong to anything either. Oh yeah. So now the trick is I've got to go ahead and hit shift. Whoa, what is that? Well, I need to kind of be careful too because like I'm freaking deleting everything. So, but I got the face. You see what I mean? Um, I've never really had a hard time with doing the head and stuff like that, but getting the facial structure, um, and then I can do topography to freaking get everything else sorted out, like that green right here in the area for the head. I can do all that with topography with the freaking filling in, like I was showing you with the dots and the lines and stuff like that. So I can get most of this taken care of. That right there is going to be an issue. I should probably accentuate that mouth a little bit better too. Really I don't really like the idea of just being like that. Let's see what I can do there. Hmm. Now right here, subdivide that. Um, bring it up a little bit. No, bring it down again. Just undo. I mean, shit, that was perfect the way it was before, and I messed it up. Just do that one vertice, bring it there, and take this one, and this one, hit F, and it creates a line. Add that one to it, hit F, and bam, we got us something right there. So that is progress. Come here. I see that. That's got to go. See what that does. Switch it here. This needs to connect. Interesting. Let me see what we got here. That's just running in. That's just a freaking vertice just running loose. It's not even connected to anything. Mm-mm. Delete that edge. See what we got going on now. Anything important missing? Nothing. Nothing. So we need to connect that with this. I'm guessing. Hit F. Nope. Oh, maybe that might be actually a good idea. Let's see what happens here. And where does that come from? That's a good question. I need to always be on top of that. Yeah, that's actually a good call. I think so. Because that actually connects the face to the neck right there, which is good. But then I'm going to have to yeah, I've noticed that in there too. That's just messing me up. And that is a huge square. I don't know if I want that. see something real quick. Hide this. And then go into edit mode again. I hit merge there. Go to M at center. That's what we do. We just start merging shit. Start merging shit. That's a Blender terminology that means start merging shit. When all else fails, start merging shit. Seriously, I mean, I am not joking about that. When all else fails, just start merging. That is like the biggest top secret information that most people who do Blender don't freaking know. It's just like the wisest information that I ever learned when it comes to doing this stuff, to be honest. Okay, so let's see what kind of damage I've done so far. Um, Actually, that's pretty good. If I turn around and I bring this out, maybe kind of gives it more of of a of a good look. And that would be cool right here if that was actually like a split. You know what I mean? But it's not. So that's I can get rid of all that because it's just not necessary. I don't know what I just did. Oh, I see what I did. Oh, get rid of that. Now, what exactly is that? Yeah, just delete that. I don't know what the hell that is. That is just freaking goofy as shit. Get all four corners. Bam, hit it up. You see, and that's basically the routine. You go through here, you're cleaning up your mess, especially in something like this, because it gets really messy quick. Um, and nobody likes anything to look bad. You know what I mean? I don't care who you are, you just don't like it. I put more than an hour into this thing, so you know, for me, it becomes more than just trying to do something for somebody else. You kind of get involved in it, you know. So that's really not a bad thing. So I mean, that's just my opinion. You take it or leave it. Now this can be useful because I can take this and actually make it look look fleshy on that eyeball. And that, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what it belongs to, but it can go. Oh man, you suck. Okay, so switch it back here and here. Hit grab and then Y on the Y axis. And then the Z axis. Bring it back again on the Y axis that way. Yeah, let's do this first. And then this one second. Let's see what happens. Because I'm wanting these bad boys to eventually fit up onto that eyeball lid to where it's kind of going into one another, you know. It's fluid. Yeah. Let me see what kind of a mess I'm creating here too. Always got to look at this stuff from different angles because like whenever I start doing shit like that, I know I'm doing something wrong. Seriously, I am. Um, Now right here, this one needs to be worked on. I gotta have that gapped out, ungapped. So let me see what happens here. Go up with it, up to the eyeball, maybe. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Let's look at it from below. Maybe. Hold on. This could be good. Oh, that is good. That that is good. But it would be better if I did it another way. If I did it like that. And then drop this out like that. Maybe. I don't know yet. Interesting. Um, so let me let me look at above you and see what I'm looking at too. Um, GY. Yeah. Oh man. This shit is something else. It really is. Kind of gives me a little taste of fun, to be honest. No. Now, I'm getting absolutely nothing from all of that whatsoever. There we go. That's what I needed. There we go. So yeah, I mean it's coming along. It's a lot slower process than what I expected it, but I didn't expect the topography to be so freaking precise. You know what I mean? And it's still pretty ugly. Right there on that face. You see, I mean, I really have to work on that. Um, like this all needs to be deleted. Yeah, just delete the vertices there. And take this out of edit mode. That's the neck. So this this definitely doesn't need to be there. Faces. Bam. Yeah. I've got the face. Now I can work back on the freaking head, get the angle, everything. The diameters are there, so the rest is topography. Um, that is always the best plan of attack when you're dealing with this. I finally got the diameters. I'll put in new eyeballs and do the topography on the body. Now the hands aren't really that tough. Um, I can get those real quick. Um, what I need to do there is, well, to be honest, I've got to go to, we'll get out of edit mode first of all. Come here to this hand, then go to edit mode, hit extrude, and no, hit extrude, grab, and then bring, no, hit hit it. Now it's messing up on there again. I've got to do this out of yeah. Now hit edit. Put it in vertices and then hit freaking that. And now, see, that's where I messed up. Hit that and then go this way. No, hit extrude and then go to the Y outwards. Now let me make sure that matches up with the hand. I'm going to have to take it out of X-ray view. Also take it out of the camera view because I'm not really sure of what it is I'm actually looking at back behind there. Yeah, there we go. And I believe we're still in edit mode. Yeah. Now what I want to do is I want to also scale that out, make it bigger if I can. I'm not quite sure if I can do that. But I can give it a shot. Now, this is where it kind of gets tricky. I'm going to have to remesh this, I believe. But that is going to eventually be the freaking fingers. And so I'm going to do that one. And this one, I'm going to do the same thing with it too. But I have to take this out of edit mode. That's going to be the palm, and then the fingers are going to come out of the tip right there. And over here on this one, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put it in edit mode. I will extrude this. No. Wait a minute. Actually, I'm hitting the wrong thing, aren't I? No. I-E. Yeah. That's exactly what I should have done. And then hit grab. I believe so. So let me undo this, keep on undoing, because I think I really did mess that up. There we go. Yeah, undo is the greatest thing that ever happened to. No, hit E, then I, then I'll hit grab. No, it is not going to do it. Or it will not do it, is what I should say. Let me see something. Mm-mm. Oh, wow. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? There we go. There we go. I might be able to do something with that. Little bitty fingers or arms. Well, I just don't like that. That's cool. Um, Now let's get out of this mode somehow. Um, let's see what happens. I like that though. I do like that. I like the skinny arm. I'm going to have to adjust where it's at though. Maybe I can do the same here. I don't know how good that's gonna look. No, Now let me go back into edit mode. I'm wanting to that is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm gonna save this and then start it up again later. I will talk to you guys later, and we'll do this at another time. Hope you guys enjoyed.